One thing I have noticed in this life is that there are tons of people that put so much energy, effort, and time into something they want to be good at, whether it's going to college to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, being an athlete, shooting videos for YouTube, being a photographer, doesn't matter. They put that time, effort, and energy into it to be the best. But there's always somebody out there that does it better, that may not put that same effort and energy into it. And it's really frustrating. But along those lines, I really think it applies to what we're going to talk about in this video today. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, music lovers, especially my rock music lovers. That's right. Welcome back for another one. And honestly, this is going to be my first video in a month. One whole month, I haven't dropped a video. And really, that is disappointing for myself because there was so much passion and energy into this from the beginning. And like any human, I have a personal life. I let things get to me to where the things I was passionate about, the things I loved, the people I loved, I disappointed a lot, them and myself, with things I was doing in my personal life. And that's being human, right? You got to learn from your mistakes, and you got to be able to figure out a way to move on. Sometimes the hardest question to answer, well, in fact, I think the hardest question to answer is why to most things. When you're asking yourself why, or somebody else is asking you why, it's hard to always come up with an answer or a good answer, but that is life. In such life, there's so many other people out there that are going through the same thing. That's why in this video today, we are going to talk about Finn McKenty. Finn McKenty from the Punk Rock NBA also has another channel that he does. Both of them are awesome. In fact, I've been watching Finn since 2019. And Finn is a very, very, inviting individual, man. The way he talks and the way, at least he portrays the passion for what he's talking about, it draws you in. And that's what creates, I think, a good YouTube channel. Whatever your topic is, do you draw your people in? Are you inviting as an individual to where not only they're coming to watch the video for the topic, but they also like coming back to watch you because you just give them that vibe and you have that aura about you. Finn has that for his channel. But some things have happened recently, and it kind of brings a lot of things into question, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video today. So like I said, it was 2019 when I first came across Finn McKenty in the Punk Rock NBA. And I think like most people out there, I'd never watched the channel. It just came up as a recommendation on my feed one day. And it happened to be a band I was interested in, so honestly, I just clicked on it because of the band. Had no idea who this guy was, what this channel was. After that first video, I really liked it. I liked the way he described the band. I liked the certain sense of passion that I got from him and the way he described what he thought about them, and their history. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come back for another one. And I did. And, I watched him for a while. And I think like most of us, there was a time where I was like, okay, I got a little bit burned out on it, but I still respected him. But I always came back every once in a while to check on it. I was subscribed to the channel, so I always got notifications when a new video came. So you go back to 6 years ago, that's when he posted, it's his oldest video that is posted on the channel. And I believe it was his first video, which was a interview video about Joey Sturgis. He did this interview with Joey and ended up getting, up to this day, it's 9.6K in views. And that's pretty good. But then you have to realize as massive as his channel's got, and with most channels, and I believe this is the case, a lot of people will backtrack. The bigger you get, they're going to backtrack to your other videos. So that video may have just been sitting there not getting any views for the longest time. But honestly, when he started to gain a following, people backtracked and probably watched that video just to kind of see what it was like when he first started. But it was the second video that he did right after that. To date, it's up to 48K in views. And that was a video about the 2018 Warped Tour, which was the last Warped Tour. And you got a couple things there. One, myself or anybody like me or the friends I grew up hanging out with in high school, you're going to watch that video because we love the Vans Warped Tour. We went there every summer and it was always awesome. The experience was crazy. People passing out because it was in Houston, Texas because it was so damn hot. But you got so rowdy to see your favorite band or just some of the bands that you loved and just never seen before. You went all out that day and it was absolutely an awesome day. But, looking at those videos, it was like, okay, this guy's got potential. And especially if it was something you backtrack to, you already seen his newer videos and when he's already gained this massive following. And then you go back to those and you're like, well, he already had that aura back then. You may not have known it, but the dude was going to be something special if he stuck to it. And ultimately he did. So if you watch Finn's channel, The Punk Rock MBA, and you go back 7 months ago, he posted a video and it was basically entitled, on his channel update. And I watched this video and this is kind of some of the key points I got from it. And like I said, Finn was a big inspiration to me in starting this channel because I absolutely love music, especially rock music. You know, it's like, I've said it a million times, it's like music is always there in the background of our lives. You know, you can always just connect a moment to music. At least that's the case for me, and I would almost guarantee it's the same for you out there. There's certain moments in life, whether it was a sad or a happy moment, where there was a song that will connect you to that moment because it was there. It helped you through that sad moment. It was there when those happy times were going on. And whatever it was, you may have heard it in the background when you were a kid playing, and you just kind of have these vivid memories of maybe sitting there watching a show. For me, it might have been the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles. But there was a song maybe my grandma was listening to or my aunt. So I'll always connect the two. You know, whatever the case is, music is just the soundtrack to our lives. And that's the bottom line. That's why I love it. And I am passionate about it. But in this video that Finn did, and he pretty much basically said that he got to a point in doing this channel, and he'd been doing it already almost 6 years at this point, you know, that he kind of was running out of ideas and just not as into it as he once was. At least that's what he said. You know, he said that he did a video on System of a Down, which he never wanted to do a video on System of a Down. Doesn't like the band at all. And then I think about me starting this channel and the connection. And I'm like, I totally get it. Because that was a video he did on K-pop. And he said, because his wife, being of the Orient, he had a connection to that music. And that was an insight that he had that a lot of people maybe didn't have outside of, well, the K-pop circle, or, you know, people that actually know that type of music. His insight was good, and he said he loved doing that video, but he didn't do as well as he thought or hoped it would do, because he was doing something he wanted to do and he was passionate about, and you could clearly see it in the video. But not a lot of people out there, or his following, his subscribers, weren't as into it. And I get that, because I've had these moments where I'm coming up with video ideas and I'm like, you know what, I really want to do this because I want to talk about it. And there's got to be people out there that want to see or watch it. But you think about it. With YouTube, you got your subscribers, you got your following. They're the ones that are going to see your videos first. They're going to pop up on their feed, or they're going to get a notification saying so-and-so released a new video. And they're going to watch it because obviously they subscribe, so they liked your other stuff. They're going to watch this one. Now, whether they like it or not is to be determined. But there may be people out there that have not seen your channel, that this video you did that you're passionate about, that maybe the rest of your subscribers don't like. There's going to be a following out there that would love to watch that, but they don't know you and they don't know your channel, so they might not ever see it. So it is a battle, and I get what Finn was saying, you know, but he's also said that he's made very good money from YouTube, enough to take care of his family. It's his, you know, it's his main source of income. And that's a cool thing too, when you're doing something you're passionate about and it becomes your main source of income and you can take care of all your financial needs, necessities in your family. That's an awesome feeling. But, you know, if you've seen this video that Finn did 7 months ago, you start to get a vibe. You don't know what that vibe is, but I definitely got a vibe. Where is he going with this? So if you go back to December 12th of 2024, just a couple weeks ago, Finn McKenty sat down and did an interview with metalcore TikTok influencer Josiah Lee, and basically, there was a lot said in this interview, but mainly the main thing we're going to focus on is a couple things that he said. One was he had no interest in music, and that he no longer wanted to do anything on YouTube. He solely did all this for the financial gain. He just did the channel for the money. Okay, so let's break that down. For one, obviously, if you're making enough money to take care of your life's needs, you know, pay your bills, take care of the family, buy groceries, whatever, put it back into the channel. That's awesome. That is ultimately my goal. I want to get to that point to where I can sit here and do something I love and be able to make money off of it, to where I turn it into my main source of income. That is obviously the goal, but I could not sit here and do a channel about something I have no interest in, something I do not like, and try to talk about it video after video after video. There's absolutely no way. I even have trouble, like I said, on this channel. And Finn mentioned it himself that he had trouble with it. It's those ideas, Okay, it is a rock channel. I'm going to talk rock music specifically, and I'm going to throw some other things in. It just depends on what the video is or the topic. But to sit there and just try to force something out that I just absolutely can't stand, there's no way I could do it, But like, take for example, the band Chicago. I've been on a major tear with them, like listening to a lot of Chicago music, and Peter Cetera as an individual, former lead singer, bassist of the band Chicago, all the way up until 1984 when he left the band. And when he left the band, they were back on top because they had a moment there at the end of the 70s, after they lost their guitarist, Kath. I mean, when Kath died from an accidental gunshot wound to himself, the band took a lull and then jumped back on top when Peter Cetera, and I forget the producer's name, and he helped them out, and they started writing songs for their new album. And obviously, Hard to Say I'm Sorry was a huge hit, and that put them back on the map. And then their next album was a smash, thanks to Peter Cetera. But nonetheless, I want to do a video on Chicago. I've been wanting to do it, and I'm like, okay, how many of my subscribers, my followers, the people that actually come and watch my channel most, would want to watch that? For me, I can go listen to Slayer. I can go listen to the Casualties, street punk band. And I can go listen to Chicago and like all of it. But I don't know if all my viewers are like that. And I think it's the same thing with Finn. Like when he did the K-pop video, how many of his subscribers are into K-pop? And when they saw that thumbnail, actually wanted to watch it. Well, it wasn't a lot of them because it didn't do as well as, I guess he anticipated, or most of his videos do. Still did pretty damn good in my opinion, because I would love to have got the views that video got. But his channel's a lot more massive. But do I think he doesn't like music? Hell no. There's no freaking way. He does have a background in marketing, but there's no way you can fake it for that long. At least I don't think so. If the dude faked it for that long, has no interest in the music he's talking about, and is strictly, it's a strategic effort to gain as much money as possible, the dude's smart as hell. And he did one hell of a job at putting on that mask and just putting this charade on that fooled everybody. I don't believe that's the case for 1 second. I do believe he got to a point in his channel where it was more strategic and more business-like, and he took advantage of that avenue and did well for himself. But no damn way he started that channel with that in mind, because you're not making money out the gate. And when you do start making money, it's not a lot. You got to really start getting that following and, sell that merchandise, do those live streams, all these things you have to do to start setting that foundation for this being your main source of income. And Finn did all that. But there's no way. Absolutely no way. And if anybody thinks that, they're crazy. And I think a lot of people out there commenting on this and all the heat he's getting, it's necessary to an extent in a different way. But not to say the dude's just been sitting there bullshitting and lying the whole time. He hasn't. There's just no way. But I do get where he got to that point to where he was trying to spew out stuff that he didn't want to just for the views and the money. And that I do believe to be true. If he does not continue to YouTube, that's fine, man. Do whatever you want to do in life. What's the next thing in life that's going to make you happy, and what's the next thing you want to do? You do that. But never do I think that this guy did that as like a charade or some BS. And if you do believe that, I think you're kind of crazy. There's no way. Zero chance that was the case. But nonetheless, Finn was a big inspiration to me, still is. And I feel like it just has to be talked about. I know a lot of people are talking about it, so I'm going to join the party. But yeah, man, whatever you want to do in life, Finn, go out there and freaking do it, man. Gives a shit what anybody else thinks. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for what you did on your channel. It was absolutely awesome for 6 years. And hey, here's to you in the future, man. But to those of you out there watching, I appreciate you. Go out there and take care of your friends and family. Do something amazing. Do something you're passionate about. You never know where something you're passionate about can take you if you actually put the effort in and go for something big. Till next time, take care of yourself. It's been a long month, but I'm out.